little bit of economical, non-toxic, and also biodegradable. What do those three terms mean when it comes to the cleaning products? What's the meaning of those terms? Mr. Kanake, very welcome. I hope I've not caught you so unawares, but you're the best person I could think about in our session this morning as we start. Just a few minutes to help us appreciate that aspect. Mr. Kanake, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Two issues.
Yes, Mr. Kana?
Yes. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Yes, find out.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Yes, Andrew, can you hear me?
It's not.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Hello, Andrew. Can you hear me now?
Hello? Yes, I can, Mr. Kana. I can hear you.
Sorry, let me repeat. I understand you are not hearing me.
No, we're not hearing actually.
Good morning, everybody, and you are welcome to this call. All the way people from Southern Africa and East Africa, you are welcome to this call. And this morning, we are covering a very important topic. That's the cleaning products, which is very major part of our business, and also which means that gives us good income. We have to be very, very careful and listen and pick up ourselves so that we are able to get the maximum out of it. Andrew has mentioned two things I'm going to talk about. That is, our products are biodegradable and non-toxic. What does this mean? It means that when, first of all, biodegradable means that something breaks down to in its natural form or its major components, which cannot act together and together. What it means, if it's made up of magnesium, it will break down, or zinc, or whatever, in a form which goes back to nature. So it breaks down. The comparison is simple. If you take the oil products, and these oil products, after changing your oil at the filling stations, you've got tanks where they put in that black used oil. If you poured that oil on the ground, it will remain, it doesn't break down. Or sometimes when you go back to what we call the half-lives of things, and what it means, things over time break down. But how they break down is also some of the items break down remaining into in a state where they are not very friendly to the environment. They can damage the environment, and besides, they can also be still toxic. So our products, which by themselves, they are biodegradable, they break down into natural components, which means that if you pour them on the soil, you use, say, super glue on the soil, or you use LDC, or use the Super 10, it will break down into a natural form, into components which will not affect the environment. And by the way, this is a big tick to our products, and you should never, never forget to mention it when you are mentioning to people that the product I'm giving you, don't be worried about your products, it will break down. Take the example of LDC. After washing the pans and everything, don't pour the water away into the drain, pour it on the plants. And this will help the plant to grow, and it also help the soils to be perfect, because it's basically somewhere the technology between Superglue and LDC is related in that aspect. So don't mind, don't pour away the water. So that is what we call biodegradable. Simple bio means nature, biological, degradable, biodegradable. They are able to break down into its components and in natural way without affecting the environment. Now, toxicity is an issue which is common, of course, generally all over the products we use and take in ourselves. Things like medicines, they also have got taken into big quantities, taken wrongly, they can become toxic to our bodies. Now, our cleaning products are non-toxic. That's why, for instance, take LC30. LC30 is one of the few, I have not seen any other, they have written on the label, they are saying recommended for use in food areas, which means it's guaranteed by the company. You can talk while you are lipping and emphasizing that the product I'm selling you is the only one. Compare it, for instance, if you're going to clean your greens, what do you use at home? Just think about it. What people have is water. You can't use powdered soap to clean it. You have to use water. But water may not, sometimes people, they put in salt to clean up the greens. If you're cleaning up your greens, you use LDC, put in a few drops in the water and put it in and clean it up. Then rinse it. You've got, because it's not toxic. It's not toxic. You can use it on even LC30. LC30 and LDC are similar formulations, but the other are made for industrial purposes. But still, you can use LC30 in food areas. If you're cleaning tables, please guarantee to the people with meat, processing meat, people working in the cabbages, in the restaurants, in the kitchens, in the hotels, the product you can use is LC30, recommended for use in food and food processing areas. So toxicity, one of when you use Super 10, it's also non-toxic. In fact, you are not supposed to drink it. But if you lick it, as we always say, if you are called at the office and they tell you that a kid has drunk, it's that beautiful, has taken in Super 10, don't panic. Just tell them to get in a little bit of more water, drink water, and eventually it will come out in stage 6. I hopefully you know what stage 6 is. Stage 6 is the last stage in your digestive system. It means that's where you excrete through the digestive system. So to come out, what most likely could happen, maybe some worms will come out through, but LC is Super 10, if it's taken by accident, no problem. I am not saying, and I emphasize, it's not for drinking per se, but if accidentally you take in Super 10, that is, you don't need to worry. Don't leave your office to run back home. Just tell them to drink water. Now, can you imagine if you took any other cleaning product at home? You can imagine the panic you'll be in. It is that great, non-toxic. So when you go back to the other cleaning products we have, you realize that we are safe and we are comfortable. So I would recommend very seriously that when you are selling, don't forget those two aspects of our products. They are non-toxic, and you say it with your eyes open and a guarantee. Make sure when you are talking to people, look in their eyes and explain those two. The product I'm giving you is non-toxic, and this product is also biodegradable. You don't need to be worried. pour it on the grass, and you'll be perfect. These are very, very important keywords you should never forget when you are selling our cleaning products. They are guaranteed by the company. Look at the label of VLC 30. It says recommended for use in food and processing areas. It's there. You can comfortably quote it. And when they say they are non-toxic, we are guaranteed that you get those results. It's not a creation, it's a guarantee by the company. And it's because they're made from formulations which have those particular properties. And those properties become so crucial in this modern world we are living in. People don't want to use toxic items. They are scared. When you tell them they are non-toxic, they become happy. Please use them when you are marketing these products, our cleaning products. They are perfectly safe for you. Of course, tell them, avoid telling them, when I'm talking about toxicity, I'm telling you, also give them caution. They are not supposed to be drunk. They are not supposed to be taken in quantities which are big. Anything you take in big quantities in excess can be, of course, can affect your body. And in wrong formulations, yes, they can affect your body. We emphasize also the formulations to make sure that when they are mixing them, they use the right mixtures. Don't use wrong mixtures. Use the right mixtures. It's very, very important, because in our aspect, when our products are brought out into concentrated form, so you use very little of it. We don't sell carriers which carry 95% and they put in 0.01%, and the rest is in inactive material. We carry them in concentrates, you mix it in water and use them. So the also caution the users, tell them that, look, when I tell you it's non-toxic, I'm not telling you that use it in excess or undiluted. Please also put that rider or put that explanation to them so that you are clear and the people know what they're using them for. Andrew, I wanted to stop there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Mr. Kana. We appreciate those two areas you've been able to help us with. Appreciate. I hope the distributors on call will also take time to appreciate that aspect as well, because I mean that's a major Neolife difference. Major Neolife difference. And it's important that if someone is going to go out there for themselves and also for the people they'll be talking to, it's important that they understand those two aspects, non-toxic and also the aspect of biodegradable. I don't know if, of course, Dr. Esses will come in a little bit later to add on to the non-toxic bit, but I wanted to also find out if there's anybody that is an environmentalist on the call. This thing of reducing plastics into the environment is also a big thing. And we as distributors need to appreciate that bit as well. The fact that Neolife has played a huge role of reducing plastics into the environment. And, you know, listening to it, sometimes it being in Africa as well, some people don't appreciate it as much. They don't appreciate it as much because, I mean, when you look at some of our people, the way they throw Boveras around and the way they really don't care about plastics getting into the environment. I think one of the things I came to appreciate, I came to accept was the way Neolife is very intentional about this. Mr. Kana, did you want to add on that? Or
Yes.
yes.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying here, what is very important, if you look at the formulation for Super 10, or you are having you mix one bottle, and then if for normal use without heavy use, you can mix it 1 to 20, or from 110 to 120. What does that mean? If 1 liter mixes 20 liters of water, and you realize that you are carrying, you get 21 liters. One bottle gives you 21 liters. Now, can you imagine if that particular 21 liters was packed in 1 liter bottles? You would have 20 bottles extra of plastics, hard plastics, which contain. Now, you've reduced the environment impact by 90, almost. You see where 10% of 20 is 2. Now you've reduced almost about 5% to 95% of what you have done. You have reduced the impact on the environment by that amount. If there's a garbage collector, you would have collected 20, but he's collecting only one bottle. And that's very, very, very important. The same thing if you took Super 10, 5 liters jerry can will mix 5,000 liters of water. 5 liters of Super Grow will mix 5,000 liters of water. You can imagine if you're on the farm and you only have to carry 1 jerry can and you mix 5,000 liters, you can take the percentage of that. That has got a direct impact on what quantities of plastics you are releasing to the environment. Secondly, the aspect of concentration has got an element of price. You are paying, you are saving a lot of money. If you took the competitors, they are packing the same 500 mils at a price which is about 4 or 5 times the price. So they are selling water. Actually, if you want to know it very well, it's like people who want to drink beer. The beer content is only 3% of alcohol. And people, of course, drink because they want to get alcohol. So 3% of half a liter. Actually, that's why when you go to the bar, when you drink beers, when you go to the hotel, the people go to the toilet often because much of it is water. Only 3% is the alcohol, what they go to drink, otherwise they drink mineral water. Now, you can imagine this is the way you should look at Neolife products. Their formulation has been deliberately made to reduce carriers and spending a lot of money on plastics. So with that calculation, mathematically, you can see and explain to the person, if you are throwing away garbage or you don't like plastics, and people hate plastics in their environment, you are telling them, look only at that aspect. It saves a lot of the environment. And besides also, even our products have saved a lot of environment. If you are talking about the environment, don't forget about the penguins in Cape Town, which were saved by it's an oil spill, which happened sometime in the years 2000, somewhere, I can't remember there. But they used, Neolife donated Super 10 to, was it LDC or Super 10? To clean, I think LDC, to clean up the penguins, which were in oil. All that Neolife has put in extra to save the environment. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much. And for those that are listening in, ladies and gentlemen, we also should take caution to ensure that we leave this earth the way we found it. I want you to imagine if the people that had been on earth before us had contaminated and polluted the environment with all sorts of plastics. It would not have been possible for us to make use of it and find it in the state that it is. So it's a principle that helps us at least appreciate that we should find and leave the earth the way we found it, the way we found it. So reducing plastics into the environment will actually ensure that our children's children and very many more generations to come at least find the earth the way we who have also been here have found it. So Getting on to now the different products, I just want to request, I don't know if MRK you're traveling today. MRK, are you traveling today? Are you on, if you're traveling, it's okay. Are you
No, I'm
around?
around. Yes, I
Okay,
am.
fine. Please take us through those first three products. Give us a summary of them for the distributors to appreciate.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Hopefully I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I'm going to commence with a product called Spartan. Spartan is one of the cleaning products we have in Neolife, and it's very, very fantastic. Basically, for me, like, when the reason why I want these home care products, for them, you don't speak much. It's a matter of just demonstrating and keep quiet. Just do a demo and keep quiet. So what does Spartan do? Spartan is good for any surface, especially for those heavy duty cleaner. Yeah, places like people have ovens. It's very excellent for car engines. It's good for tents and tiles. It's good for glasses. So the reason why it is called Spartan, you can use over 10 different products instead of buying other products. That one split of Spartan can substitute many of the cleaning detergents they use. And when you use it, you don't need even to use the gloves. So whenever water reaches, you can use it Spartan. Yeah. Sometimes you can visit somebody's place, maybe if you have visited somebody and don't need to ask where toilets are here because of the bad scent we have. So when you use Spartan, your house is going to be smelling totally very fresh and very nice. Spartan also good for leather seats. It's good for whenever water reaches, yeah, you can use Spartan. And as Mr. Kanakuri has said, that 1 liter, you can, it depends on the surface, but 1 liter can go like between 11 to 15 liters ready for use. And over the weekend, Charles Bolton told us that, you know, some of us, when we talk to our clients, it's better you launch the products. So he told us that when somebody buys a Spartan, like that 1 liter, you tell them to bring the jerry can, then you mix them and you leave them with the one which is mixed so that they can use it. Because some people don't know the value of it and they may be wasting it. So when you use Spartan, make that also to launch and explain to the people how to use it. So basically, that is Spartan. Number 2, there's a product called LDC. LDC means light duty cleaner. Comes from coconut oil plant. So LDC is also a multi-purpose product. It can be used for washing dishes. It can be used for washing fruits and vegetables. You know, some of us, even over the weekend, people who attended the Charlie Bolton event, you saw we just demonstrated on the broccoli. Yeah, so there's no product on the market which can clean those fruits and vegetables because some of us, we normally consume those toxins. No wonder why cancer is too much these days. When you use LDC, it's going to clean thoroughly your fruits and veggies. Then LDC is good for, can be used in like in swimming pools. Yeah, it can be used in swimming pools because some people have many oils. So you can first empty that swimming pool. You put in some 2 drops of LDC, then it can also help you to not to stick those fats. Then all of this is good for emulsifying fats, especially people eat these ovals. In Uganda, we call it ebyenda. When you have prepared your ovals, you don't need to boil water when you have your LDC. LDC has so many things, other things they can do. We can act as a shampoo, which is very good for hand wash. It can act as a cleanser. It is also pretty good for preventing people who have challenges, bad odors in the mouth. Yeah, so you can put alongside the toothpaste so that your teeth can or your mouth can be breathing and be smelling very nicely. So I encourage you, if you have never used LDC, please try time you commence using it. And also I'm going to talk about another product there we see. It's called Care. Care is the best disinfectant on the market. And if you smell on Care, it smells like oranges and lemons. What does Care do? Care is good for healing or disinfecting those microgerms and bacteria we can't see with our naked eyes. For instance, people have like ringworms, skin rashes, people have stinking legs. Okay, you can use hair care for that. It's a good aftershave. It prevents people who have discharge and the candida infections, UTIs, people with itching bodies. So care is good for all those surfaces whenever, because many of us, we use the public toilets, we use some utensils at home, our basins, and so we normally share. So you cannot know whether somebody has some challenges. So before whenever you are going to bathe or you are going to bathe, me what I do when I'm going to bathe, I put some few drops in the water I'm going to bathe, and I shower or I bathe. So care, all of us, we need care. We need care, and another thing care does, it's also good for like when you have like so people are driving cars, maybe you can get some, when milk gets into your car, there's that bad odor. So when you have care, you can spray around your cars so that bad odor cannot smell into your car or your services. So all of us, we need care, and especially the ladies, they need it. Even me, for us men, we need it, but for the ladies, they need it more, because especially these school-growing children, they have that challenges of candida. And sometimes people with the Wiseek, when you ask them, do you know candida? They say, no, I don't know candida. Yet many of them, they have. Actually, there is a research which says that whenever you find 10 ladies, normally 9 of them, they normally have that challenge of candida infections. Yeah. So all of us, also even men, you can find a man pickpocketing. You may think he's counting money, whom is on other things, scratching himself down there. So we all need care. Care, all of us, we need care, and it's a must-have product in our homes. The good thing with it, it's very, very economical. That 1 liter you see in the homes, it reduces 50 liters of water. That's why Mr. Kana was saying that our products, and Mr. Andrew was saying, we need to protect our environment, because the now that 1 liter alone, if you can expose, like if you have other plastic, we'll be exposing over 50 plastics. But 1 liter alone, that 1 liter you see, can go into 50 liters of water. Yeah. So in hospitals, 1 liter dilutes 1 to 11, because in hospitals and pharmacies, the germs are a bit so many. So I encourage you, especially distributors, please, if you have never tried care, you try it, and you're going to give so many testimonies as far as the products are concerned. Thank you so much, PT. That's what I can share at this moment. Thank you for the opportunity. Yellow. Yellow.
Thank you very much, Emarake. Sorry, I'm in slightly louder place.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, but thank you very much for that testimony. Let me see. Okay. I will maybe just move on to the next. I'll just move on to the next just now. There are some other products that are in there. I know we have the G1 laundry as well. Right there, G1 and Soft. Allow me kindly invite another person on the call who I think would be very helpful with us in the G1 laundry. Margaret Amlavu. I'm sorry. Margaret and Charles. Margaret Amlavu, kindly do help me just say 1 or 2 things on the G1 laundry and the Soft, please.
Hello, okay, I can unmute now. Okay, thank you, Andrew. Just a few things about the G1, a very amazing product, available in 2 kilos and has a measuring scoop inside. And for just everyday washing, we just use 2 scoops for 5 kilos. I remember one time, I think we were in Andrew in Uganda last year, and I was mentioning to him that the laundry baskets we talk about are not just laundry basket, that in the developed world, those laundry baskets actually have sizes, because on this part of the world, you say, I want the small one, the medium, the large. Actually, they do have sizes because they're used to using a washing machine. And that's why you find that our G1 laundry is said 2 scoops for 2 kilos or 3 scoops for 7 kilos and above, for just clothes that have got just general dirt. And then if the dirt is a little bit too much, if they're very soiled, then you can actually use at least 3 scoops or more. But usually the average is 2 scoops for 5 kilos. And if a machine is doing more than 3 kilos, then you'd do more than 5 kilos, then you'd do 3 scoops. G1 is amazing because you can use it for both hand wash and machine. That's a very unique thing, because in the normal world that we live in, you and I live in, we actually do not have a soap that doubles up for machine and hand wash. For hand wash is hand wash, and for machine is machine. And the thing about the hand wash is that you soak clothes, you can do a minimum of at least 2 hours, and then you can be able to rinse them. One of the things to note is that it has no foam, and that is one of the key things that we need to mention even as we are passing it on, because people are used to buying things with a lot of foam, and even advertisements go that power foam is the thing that will clean your clothes. And I like to challenge people to just say if they took the foam and applied it on the cloth, it would not actually get clean. That already tells you that it is more of the ingredient in the product more than that thing of just producing foam. In fact, I know that the word foam is a chemical thing that makes it produce that thing that we call the foam. So that is one of the key things to note. It saves you a lot of time, energy, and money. Time in the sense that you're going to just soak. Energy, you're just going to rub a little bit and rinse and hang. Money, in terms that you use very little. If you were to look at especially the quantity needed, most like here in Kenya, they say use a handful. I mean, how much is a handful? Our hands are so different sizes. So the beauty that it already has a scoop that is standard makes it easy to use and easy to pass on that information. It makes it easy to standardize everything. Then with water, because it doesn't have the too much foam or the way it works, you actually save on water, because there are parts, even in our own country, where people get water on only certain days of the week. And so with that kind of a thing, then it is really, really helpful. The other thing about G1 is that it totally dissolves in water, and one can do a very basic experiment of taking G1 and taking any other soap that is available in the market and putting it in a glass. And if you just stir into the glass, the G1 totally dissolves. The other soaps tend to have some particles that are running up and down, which means that at the end of the day, when we wash clothes with other soaps that do not totally dissolve because of the chemical bit, they leave those particles in our clothes. And those are the things with time that give us hormonal imbalance. Because when we wear clothes which have been washed with other chemical soap, through the pores, when we sweat, that particular product that is residue on the cloth penetrates into your skin. If you sleep on the same bed sheets washed with the same, you find that that also gets into the pores, and with time you get what we call a hormonal imbalance. I know that in the earlier days, Mama Kana and Dad and Charles and I, Dr. Esiza will remember that we brought up the younger ones with nappies, and many times they'll get a nappy rash. And I always used to wonder, where does this rash come from? And now I know it is that undissolved part of the soap that would be left on the nappy. And when it mixes with the urine from this child, it irritates the skin. So one of the things about our G1, because the soap totally dissolves, there is no irritation on the skin for the babies, because that is a very big deal. Because when newborns come here, their skin is so delicate, so sensitive. So anything that is not safe on their skin is not good for them. The other thing about G1 that's a very big sales point, especially when it comes to the machine, because again of that ability to dissolve, is that it does not corrode the metal parts. The other soaps that are done, they form what we call residue or scum. And after maybe 3-4 months, people have to service. They call it servicing the machine. But in actual sense, they are removing the portion that did not dissolve, because it then attaches itself to the metal parts. And with time, that part starts rusting. And so the machine has to be cleaned so often. But what is really a big deal is that these machines, the way they are done, just like our phones and many of the machines, once they get opened up, they don't function as well. So with G1, the day you start using it, do not open up that machine again, because it's going to clean the clothes and clean the machine. Very, very amazing thing. And that means your machine can give you service for a longer time. And and though I understand that product very well, I remember in my initial days, because we could not afford a machine. I remember going to friends who had a machine. I'd learned earlier, I'd had people say the machines work differently. So I would go and say, just show me how does your machine work. I had to understand they work differently. And that's how I taught myself. So I used to sell G1 to people with machines when we didn't have one, because we couldn't afford, but I had to find a way of it working. And then the other thing is that there are some machines, I don't know if that is still there now, but I know there are some that used to say that the soap should reach a certain level. In that case, just take your G1, if it is a 5 kilo machine, put it in some water and mix it and let it just get to that level. So it doesn't mean that if they've marked a certain level, if people are still using the older machines that used to mark a level where they would say the soap has to reach, just dilute it in water and let it reach that level. So you don't have to put more G1 to get to the level they're saying. Just check the size of the machine, because the size of the machine is what tells you how much soap to use. So that is G1, wonderful, wonderful product. And because of its biodegradable ability, some people have actually channeled the waste of the water that comes out from the machine to their gardens, because then it waters, especially during the dry season. And you've got some plants and you just want some water to double up. So you see, you can actually use water that has come from the machine to water your garden without worrying about it. So the beauty is that safety and the comfort that the G1 gives. It's got a little bit of oxygen bleach, just a bit of it, not much. And the bleach is a color maintainer. The bleach that is the G1 is not the thing that discolors. It's actually a color maintainer, meaning if a fabric is colored, it will remain with color. If it is white, it will remain white. And that's why you see in the photos of the G1, they show towels with different colors, because you can do all that. But of course, you still have to obey the laundry rules. We have laundry rules. We say that bright colors should be washed separately, dark colors or deep colors, and then we've got the whites on their own. We still have to observe those rules of the laundry rules. Then if you're washing a shirt, which has got a cuff, cufflinks and a cuff and a collar, then you need to mix your Super 10 and LDC so that you're able to remove the dirt on the collar and the cuffs, because the dirt on the collar and the cuffs is a mixture of dirt and sweat. And remember, sweat is the oil that is in the body. So the LDC, the way it dissolves fat when we are cleaning dishes and oily things, is the same way it will dissolve the fat that is from the body, the sweat, and then the Super 10 gets rid of the dirt. So we usually mix the Super 10 and LDC to remove the dirt on the collar. And I would refer you to your back office. Please get your A to Z hints and tips home care and just go through that booklet and see where collars are. You're going to get that instruction very, very clear. The A to Z has got our cleaning products in alphabetical order of tasks. So if you want to do like air condition, doors, floors, it's there how to mix the product and how to use it. Then the fabric softener, oh, amazing. It's got a nice, nice fragrance, not irritating. And what is amazing is that 5 ml of the soft will do 5 kilos. That means that 1 liter has actually got 200 washes. Man, 200 washes means if you're using 5 kilos every day cleaning, you're actually going to have 200 washes. That's like 6 months. That is so much saving. It's amazing how much you can save, because the other softeners we have here, they've got a very big measuring scoop or cup, and the odor is not nice at all, very irritable. Some people actually wear those clothes and immediately start sneezing. So our softener, very nice odor, very nice fragrance. And then it makes it easy to iron, especially even jeans. It reduces on your ironing time because it really softens up the fabric. So you take less ironing time. The bed sheets and the clothes feel very nice on the skin. And then the fragrance, like I said, an amazing fragrance. And then very little, 5 ml, man, 5 ml in 10 liters of water. That's what they recommend for hand wash. But in the machine, it's 5 ml for 5 kilos. That is quite something. And then not to mention that it also helps to reduce static. There's some clothes which we wear and they seem to be stuck on our bodies, especially nylon kind of clothes, and they produce a static kind of feeling. So softener will help to remove the static on clothes. And that's what I can say. Thank you so much, Andrew, for allowing me to share. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Margaret. I hope everybody on the call that is with us this morning has been able to appreciate that part of our cleaning products, the G1 laundry and the soft liquid fabric softener. All right. This is what Mr. Kana was telling us a little bit earlier when it comes to protecting our environment. Actually, we had 25,000 penguins that were saved. I don't exactly remember the year, but these penguins had to be rescued from an oil spill. And it is LDC that was the only approved product that was able to clean these penguins clean without affecting their health. Yeah. So it's quite exciting to see the kind of products that we have that people are able to use. All right, so getting into the final bits of our products, I'll explain just these some of these products with us that we have. I know we have let me see if there's a volunteer, you're more than welcome. We want to give an opportunity to people to be able to, to share in some of this information that we have with us. But we have 3 very fantastic products there. We have the Carpet Glow, we have Fantastic, and we also have Lemon Glow. Yes, MRK, please go ahead and do share in this part as well. Thank you very much for volunteering on that.
Okay, yeah, and now another product we have, in our Neolife, there are only 2 products which we don't mix in water. That is Fantastic and Lemon Glow. Those products you use them the way they are. So you don't need to mix it. So I'll commence with the Lemon Glow. Lemon Glow is a furniture polish. Yeah, it's a furniture polish whereby when you use Lemon Glow, the termites cannot eat your wood. Yeah. So you apply vertically and horizontally. You just get like a piece of cotton or something which is a bit hard, then you apply on your wood. Then that's it. You apply vertically and horizontally. So for it, you just use the way it is. And when you use the Lemon Glow, even they say your wood will be glittering. Yes. Actually, if you don't have like a mirror, when you apply your Lemon Glow on the surface, you can just go into your wood and it acts as a mirror. That is what I had. Then another product is called Fantastic. As we hear it, Fantastic is also good for floor. It's a floor polish. Just as you polish our shoes, when you use Fantastic, it enables you not to step directly on the surface, especially now with the tiles. Like these days, you find some people, we have so many substandard tiles, and you hear some people, they say somebody fell in the bathroom and somebody died. So when you use Fantastic, it enables you to keep your surface without fading a lot. Yeah. So you also, it looks like it's watery. I mean, it looks like it's white in color, and also you apply the way it is. So you apply after cleaning with the Spartan, then you can apply Fantastic on your polish, and it helps you. It's basically a floor polish. That's what I can say. Then this one is another product called Carpet Glow. Carpet Glow, for it you have also to mix it in water. For the Carpet Glow, it has a lot of foam, especially now for those people who want the foam in case of like when they want to like when they are doing their laundries. You can apply, like when somebody, what I can normally tell people, if somebody is going to wash the clothes, if you have Carpet Glow and the Fantastic Carpet Glow, then the G1 laundry, and yeah, basically you can mix in and Spartan, yeah, you can mix in the clothes will be glittering, so it will be more whiter or more cleaner when you use that. But Carpet Glow basically for carpets, especially these woolen carpets. Yeah, when you use Carpet Glow, you can even do it at home. You don't need to hire somebody to wash your carpet. What you do, After cleaning the carpet, you first apply Super 10 so that the dust can be uplifted. Then after applying Super 10, you get your carpet to grow. That one lead, that one top lead, you mix into 60 liters of water. That's where we say that our products are very, very economical. Imagine that one lead, you're mixing it into 60 liters of water. So you make a foam which is very, very dry. Then you apply on your carpet. Then you get a brush. Then you start like wiping, kind of wiping vertically and horizontally. It makes your carpets also to become more shiny, and they won't be smelling. Yeah, that's it. It cleans the carpet and protects it, and also removes the dirt, and it's also super concentrated. Imagine if you buy that 1 liter, and I've told you 1 liter dilute into 60 liters of water. So how long will you take to finish that product? Yeah, it will take a lot of time to finish it. So basically, let's use the product. And the moment you use the product, you get more experience and more knowledge about it. Me, I sell more of those home care products. Just as the child bought on sale that when people get like if you get somebody and give them like supplements or ulcers, the moment somebody got a relief to buy other product to take a lot of that. But you see, every day people have to do washing, people have to do general cleanliness. When you go in people's homes right now, they are doing what we call general cleanliness. So we should have those consumable products, and the market is so big you can't even finish it. So thank you for the opportunity again. That's what I can share. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Emarake. We do appreciate that very wonderful contribution you've made. And then last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Emarake, can you also just go ahead and share something on wash and wax? Then I'll invite Amim to share on Supergrow, and then we shall call it a day. Dad already shared on LC30. Can you say something about wash and wax?
Yes, another product we have there, it's called wash and wax. For it comes in only 50 mils. Yeah, that's the only measurement we have. So for wash and wax, it's a cup polish. It's a cup polish. You know,
So
people
it's 500 mils, eh?
Yes, 500 mils only. It comes with 500 mils. That's the only measurements we have. And what it does, it protects your car and makes it shine. Yeah. I remember there's a father I went to, and I talked about this wash and wax. That was 2018, and it's still having the product. So it's very, very, very economical. So when you use wash and wax, first of all, the car will be in a good condition for a longer period of time. And also when you pass into the dust will just be falling off. So what it does, it protects and makes your car to shine. And when you use wash and wax, it's better also to have Super 10, because sometimes the wax can be going on the glasses. When you apply, when you are using wash and wax, we don't apply on the glasses and on the tires. So just apply on the car body only. So you can do it very early in the morning or very late in the evening when the sun shines, as somehow not so much. So that bottle you see, it can work on 100 cars. Or if you have your car one, you can use it 100 times. That's why the economic part of it. And it makes your car, even if you want to sell it when people, it will be in a good condition. Yeah. Basically, that is what wash and wax. I've told you, we don't apply on the glasses and on the tires. So also one lid of wash and wax, that top lid, you mix into 6 liters of water, then you apply. You get a piece of cloth, like a cotton kind of made, then you apply on the car. You are kind of smearing your car. Yes, that's it at the moment. And very, very good. And how many people do you think have cars? You talk about that product, I'm telling you, there's a lot of market and people have their cars. You can talk about their car, people, even somebody may be having pressure, but when it comes to their cars, they are willing to pay at any amount of money you tell them to pay. And the market is so much. Yeah, the market is so big and very economical. So let's talk these products to people who need them, and you cannot saturate the market at the moment. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Emarake, for that. I saw Dr. Eseza wanted to share something. Then we shall hear from the last two products of the catalog, and we shall close the chapter on the catalog today. Dr. Eseza, you're very welcome.
Okay, good morning, everybody. I'm sorry I disappeared. I went out just to let my husband out of the gate and came back and power was gone. That's why I left the platform abruptly. So we have a load shedding now and we're getting used to it. But what I wanted to say is thank you for this session. It's so important for us to understand how these products are the foundations to good health. You know, a lot of us are starting back to front. We are starting with a disease, and then we are trying to solve that disease with our nutrition products, forgetting that one of the causes of that disease or dis-ease is actually what we are buying from the shops. So that is a very key message, that each time you sell 3NN, tell them about the Super 10 and LDC and G1. Each time you sell any nutrition product, which is urgent for that particular person, gently tell them about the role of chemical toxicities that are leading to their ill health. Tell them about obesogens. Now that is a word that really boggles my mind, because that's what the other soaps have. They have the ones that you buy in the store. They have chemicals that are classified as obesogens. Now that just tells you, generates obesity. Tell them about the fact that I heard this piece of information on good authority from a distributor who was working in the other industry of making soaps, a big company, that they actually get crushed up cores, the cobs of maize after they've removed the grain. They crush that up, and that is used as fillers in the soaps, in the detergents, to fill them up, to bulk them up. Now, all of us know that in farming, they use all sorts of fertilizers, they use all sorts of chemicals, glyphosate and things like that. And then people turn around and wonder, why are people getting allergies, skin irritations, and other manifestations, but will not want to change the soap because of tradition? So yeah, we just need to become really vocal and talk about these products. And I just want to thank you that the penny for many people has now dropped. You know, I've had this concept called connecting the dots. And that's exactly what we are doing in this session. We are connecting dots and really proving that we are one with our environment. And it is what our creator would like to see, that we are good stewards. Now, that is my story. That's how I started. I was looking for a way to become an even better steward, starting with our health. And I just was looking for good cleaning products. And praise God, we found them in Neolife. Like, everybody has access to them. So thank you. Use them and share them. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Cesar. Always grateful for having put us on that, in that line of thought. Otherwise, some of us would still be thinking of just the inside and never taking into consideration the toxins that do surround us, which are heavy on us all over the place. Okay, so moving on there, and last but not least, Amim, if you are not traveling, Amim is always traveling somewhere. Amim, if you're not traveling, you could come in and just share with us your testimony with Supergrow. You always tell us how you were able to find your wife because of Supergrow.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. I know many of us are products of farming. Everyone eats, and we need enough supply of food. And you know, the challenges we are having is that many farmers are suffering right now. They harvest low. Those are poor yields. They have a lot of challenges in rain. Rains are not they are not constant. So climate is a problem, pests and diseases. And maybe you find many of the farmers are not happy with cash. They are not getting good money from farming. But the solution is very clear. The company came up with Supergrow, and this Supergrow has done a lot in this Uganda and outside Uganda. It has improved farmers' yields. If you have been harvesting about 10 bags, maybe maize or coffee, you are going to double or triple. And that means that you are going to get a lot of money. You are going to have enough food for your family. You are going also to sell surplus and get money, pay school fees, build a good home, buy a car, and what have you. What it does, it renews your soil. It makes soils better for penetration. It wets, it makes it easier. For us here, we call it a tractor, so that when you spray around your plant, the soil becomes so easy for root penetration. Farmers are excited whenever Supergrow is available. Farmers are happy. Farmers of coffee, maize, matoke, beans, and everywhere, because it keeps the soil as if it's new. Actually, when you have Supergrow, you are like someone having a virgin land that has never been planted on. So it makes easy for very many farmers. So if you are there and you are not using Supergrow, my friend, you need to start using. Just get just 20 mils into 20 liters. And you go and spray 5 liters. That 5 liter can mix 5,000 liters of water. And you apply in rainy season, you apply twice in a month. And in dry season, you apply every week. And I'm telling you, you are going to be excited, farmer. For us here, there is a farmer. I went, he had issue with school fees. I trained her how to use Supergrow in Jinga. But at the end of the season, he invested 45 million shillings. And I was happy when she told me the sons went back to university, and now they are graduates. So that is what I can say about Supergrow. It's amazing when you apply it in farming. Thank you. Back to you, Pete.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you very much, Amim. Thank you. Much appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I will say something about LC30. LC30 is an industrial stroke commercial soap. Mr. Kanakuya had talked about it earlier. It's one of those soaps that is suitable for a couple of things, especially when it comes to people who use a lot of soap. In fact, I have a testimony online. Yes, Morning Star. Stella, kindly go ahead and share with us how you're using LC30 at your school. We would appreciate if we were able to just get a testimony from you. You've been using this now for the last maybe 6 months, and you are able to go away from the normal soaps to using LC30. You were able to replace that at your school. Kindly go ahead and share with us how LC30 has been of great use to you while using it in that school. Morning Star.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're fine. I'm called Morning Star, a proud distributor with Neolife. So I've been using LC30, I think for maybe 1.5 years. But prior to that, I used to use liquid soap. There is some liquid soap that is made locally, and a jerry can goes for about 30,000. 30,000 is how much? Is it, how many dollars are those? 30,000 Uganda shillings, between 30,000 and 50. But that jerry can will take us maybe a month, not a month, maybe like 3 weeks. 3 weeks, yeah. But when I was told about LC30, LC30 comes in it's a 5-liter jerry can, small jerry can, and you mix about 500 mils. 500 mils of LC30 is mixed in 20 liters of water. You can increase that to about 750 to increase the intensity of the soap. So from those 5 liters, we are able to get about between 6 and 7 jerry cans now, which was not possible before, because the other one we used to buy every 3 weeks a jerry can. So across a term in school of about 12 weeks, we were using close to 10 jerry cans or more. And like they've been telling you, all that foam and all that, you need to use a lot of water to clean it off. And then it's also only restricted to cleaning, to cleaning the floors. But now with LC30, we are able to get about seven jerry cans. And we use LC30 on the floor to clean the tables. If you don't have the other products that they've talked about, we use it in the school to also help us clean the utensils. When there's a time when G1 was out of stock, it also helped me clean. You see, in the school we have young children, so they take a nap in the evening, in the afternoon, and then so you have their bed sheets and all that. So we had to resort to that. So it's been extremely helpful. We just use a 1 5-liter jerry can across the term and the holiday of that term. So in a year, I need about three 5-liter jerry cans of LC30. So it has helped a lot. The place is extremely clean. Then you're also very sure about the that you don't have toxins around the area. This same soap can be used as a hand wash as the children are coming from the washrooms. So we have resorted to use LC30 at the school together with care. Right? Those are the 2 major products we use. We also include LDC for the hand wash, but when we are out of LDC, we replace LDC in the meantime with LC30 for hand wash. So for me, it's quite amazing. I'm trying to interest many other school owners or people who use soap a lot on a daily basis to embrace this product, and it's been very, very amazing. I would encourage each of us to use it. I also don't only use it at school, by the way. I also use it at home to clean, for cleaning the house, mopping and all those other things. I use it at the same time. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that testimony. Kindly just repeat on the mixing part, please, for the people that are on the call so that they can hear once again. How have you been able to mix it
so
yourself?
LC30, you'll see the instructions will tell you mix 500 mils in 20 liters. 500 mils, for those who are in Uganda, it's a mineral water, a water bottle, that drinkable water we take, down of 500 mils. So you get your 20 liters. This is how I do it. I get an empty jerry can of 20 liters. I then put in the 500 mils, and then I add water. Now, when you put in the water, like say from a tap, you have to use very little pressure. Why? LC30 actually has foam if it's very, very concentrated. Now, if you open the tap with very high pressure, the foam will fill up and you get like half a jerry can. So you use a very, very minimal pressure, and you let the jerry can fill at a very slow pace, and you'll get a full jerry can of soap from the 500 mils. However, in case you need, depending on the surface, what you're cleaning, maybe toilets and what you need a concentration that is of better, much more intense, like a bit heavier, then we mix 750. We add another 250 and in one jerry can. That is how I said we can mix between 6 and 7. If we use 500 mils, we get 7 jerry cans. If we use 750, we usually get 6 jerry cans. So that is how you put in the LC30 first, then you put in the water at a very, very, very slow pace. And then you'll have your full jerry can full of soap, and it can be used to do many other things. So I have had to train all the people, the people who help in the welfare and sanitary departments, to make sure that they learn how to use it and guide other people. So it's working very, very well for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, now that brings us to the end of our catalog. We hope to do this once again in the month of November, December, but it will be much shorter. It will be to the point. We shall organize it in such a way that if a guest attends 4 of those sessions, whatever session they will have attended will be good enough for them to appreciate and have the products well appreciated, actually. So thank you once again. We shall link up again tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the presentation. God bless you and all the best. Have a wonderful weekend, please.